Because this time he realized the floral pattern. Maybe So has a tie to his mom. That would make more sense, right? Right.
Sorry that I had to get rough with you, kid.
Seriously, dude? Come on.
So sorry, Ota. Date told me to be the bad cop.
I did not.
Temper, temper.
Whatever. Anyway, Ota, I have some things I want to ask you. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Let me get right down to it.
I don't remember
Your
where we
mother,
are in the story at this
Mayumi
point.
Matsushita, was at the warehouse, wasn't she?
What are you talking about?
Was she there?
Why would she be? That happened at 3 a.m. She was at home asleep.
Then why did we find evidence at the crime scene?
Evidence?
Sure, it might not prove she was there, but it makes it likely. The evidence is...
Do I have to... Chocolate.
Todoroki Man chocolate. This was discovered in the corner of the warehouse. Mayumi Matsushita's fingerprints were found on the package. Mayumi purchased the chocolate yesterday at 10:33 p.m. The purchase was made at an 812 convenience store. The store was located approximately 100 yards from the Famisto where Ota stole the station wagon.
Well, yeah, it's this.
The Todoroki Man chocolate.
the same one I showed you at the hospital. I found it in the corner of the cold storage warehouse.
So? That doesn't prove anything.
Mayumi's fingerprints were on the package.
What?
You have a bad poker face, Ota. Your reaction tells me Mayumi didn't give this to you and you dropped it on your own.
That information is confirmed. Ota's fingerprints were not found on the package.
Mom isn't the killer!
I didn't say that she was. I'm saying that she was at the scene. And so are you.
Wait a minute. Why do you think Mayumi isn't the killer, Ota?
Because I was face to face with that polar bear when we fought. I could tell it wasn't my mom even through the costume. And no matter what happened, there's no way that my mom would stab me.
Why are you covering for her?
Covering?
That's why you're lying to me, right?
I'm not.
Are you sure about that? You must have seen direct evidence of Mayumi being at the warehouse, but you're hiding that from us. Or maybe even you're starting to suspect her.
I am not.
Sure.
What are you accusing me of anyway? What do you think I'm hiding?
The truth. Simple as that, Watson.
The kitchen knife with a floral pattern. Mom, I love you always is carved on the handle.
Ota gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he was in elementary school. He knows how much I love flowery designs.
You were stabbed by that very same knife.
How do you know that? The criminal ran away with the knife. No one was supposed to see it.
I knew it.
No, my mom didn't do it.
Then why did you not mention the kitchen knife earlier?
Because I know how it looks.
It makes her
I
look
thought Mom would get
super
accused.
guilty.
And then she would have been brought in here and interrogated. I didn't want to put her through that. And
And?
Mom never liked Tessa. So maybe, just maybe, Mom hired someone to kill Tessa. And she gave them that kitchen knife. I don't know. I thought of it that way. Like that would ever happen. I know it sounds crazy, but after I saw that knife, I just lost it. Please, you have to believe me. Mom isn't a serial killer.
Yeah, I agree.
You do?
I do. I don't think it's possible for Mayumi to have kidnapped Iris. Because...
She doesn't know how streaming works?
A video camera and laptop were discovered in the warehouse. Either could have been left by the criminal, but determining the owner through purchase history will be difficult. No fingerprints were picked up either. 2 cars were parked in front of the warehouse. One was the van owned by the Matsushita family. Ota's fingerprints were detected on the driver's seat and steering wheel. Iris's fingerprints were detected on the passenger seat.
The car?
The other car was yesterday
I
at
know about that.
10:33 p.m. It was parked at the Famisto. Ota explained his reasoning. He claims that while he was, someone took off.
Yeah.
Ota searched for the. Our investigation determined that this puts the incident occurring at 10:32.
Which was before we knew she purchased a thing. There.
The Matsushita's van was stolen from the parking lot of the Famisto while Iris was in the car. That was yesterday, 10:32 p.m. 1 minute later at the 812, which was about 100 yards away, Mayumi bought the Odoroki Man chocolate. She entered the 812 about a minute earlier. This was all caught on security cameras at the store. That means it's impossible that Mayumi could have taken the van. And that means that Mayumi being the polar bear is also next to impossible.
Phew.
However, I can't completely clear her.
What?
You said it yourself. She could have hired someone to commit the crime.
But that was...
In any case, I need to hear
Yeah,
from
let me
Mayumi
show to the
herself.
police. I'm being
I need
investigated.
to hear her
Like,
explain the
yeah, my
chocolate
mom
and knife.
probably could have
There's
hired
a lot to cover.
a serial killer she knew
I'm gonna
in
head to
high school
Matsushita
do it.
Diner.
What?
And then shocked when,
Hey,
when
wait
the
a minute!
police investigates
Don't
that.
worry. I'm not going there to arrest her. I'm going there to clear her of suspicion.
Really?
Yes,
You won't arrest her?
your mother wouldn't kill anyone. Right, Ota?
Thank you, Date.
Sorry for the late night, Miss Matsushita. But I have some questions I need to ask you. Could you spare some time?
I finally remembered about the warehouse. I did it. I did everything.
What? What the fuck? Well, now I kind of have to take her in. Fucking hell. You can't just say that. Well, I mean, I guess you can. You
I
get
didn't do this
arrested.
last night because I wanted to give you a chance to calm down. How are you, now that you've slept on it?
What are you talking about?
I'll be honest. I don't think you're the killer. You're giving us a false confession.
No, it's true. I kidnapped that witch. I took her to the warehouse and
Put her on the table and pulled her eyeball out?
yes,
And the polar bear costume?
I bought it through mail order.
And you were the one wearing it?
Yes, that's right.
Date, the criminal has confessed. Arrest her immediately.
You got to the top of Abyss acting like that?
I heard that she used to be an actress.
Sounds about right.
A voice actress. Because everyone here is a voice actress. Or an actor. Maybe they're all voice actresses. They do male voices pretty good.
Because the world needs to see that witch die.
Just a quick question, Mayumi. Do you know anything about online streaming?
I'm not stupid. I might be old, but...
Could you explain it to me?
Huh?
Step by step. Just tell me what you did.
I can't explain it in words. It's more like muscle memory. I was able to get it working after trying a few times, that's all.
I love that. We're usually the police tries to poke holes in someone's alibi. We're poking holes in her confession of the murder. That's a very interesting role reversal. I don't think I've seen that before.
Well,
You were in the polar bear costume, right? That means you stabbed him.
yes, I stabbed him with the knife I brought from home. I wasn't trying to hurt him. He fought me, and then it just...
Right. Why did you do this again?
My son is under that witch's spell. Merchandise, concerts. She's bleeding him dry. I wanted to snap him out of it. I wanted to save him.
Why the eye? Just to
Because
suffer?
I just hated her so much. Killing her wasn't enough. I picked them out of the garbage.
Which
What?
garbage?
What?
I don't remember. It's true. I planned the whole thing.
I planned the whole thing by taking a random laptop out of the garbage. And also a perfectly fine camera. Both probably together estimated worth around like $1,000. Yeah, of course.
What do you know about the Cyclops killer? We call the criminal we're after the new Cyclops killer.
I know. They killed Shoko Nadami and Renju Okiura.
That's right.
Are you claiming to have done those two?
Both corpses were found with their left eye pulled out. Same as Iris. This leads us to believe that the crimes were all committed by the same person. So this person in the polar bear costume, they are the new Cyclops killer. And you're telling me that person is you? You killed Shoko and Renju?
Yes, I killed them.
Such a shit confession.
Isn't Renju Okiura the president of that awful company where the witch works? He's just as responsible, using her to steal time and money from vulnerable kids. And I'm sure he was debaucherous and degenerate.
So you killed him because he might be.
Is the root of all evil.
Right, and
That's why I killed him.
and her? How dare she have
Ex-wife, right?
ex-wife?
I did it to get to him.
But the two divorced 4 years ago.
That doesn't matter. The bonds of matrimony are eternal.
I
In
don't-
your opinion, I don't think Renju felt the same way.
You are really starting to aggravate me.
Also,
I answered your
something I
question,
just noticed.
So there.
Why is he adjusting a tie that he doesn't have?
Well, I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember?
Like you
Do
don't-
you really think that lie is gonna work?
I have a memory disorder. I don't always remember everything. It's not my fault.
But you remember the cold storage warehouse.
I hate when I remember,
Times I remember, and times I don't remember.
killing someone,
It
but not how.
changes.
Date, Mayumi is not lying about that in particular. There are circumstances that might cause selective memory. For whatever reason, her memory might not have been stored properly in her mind. This is not uncharacteristic for those suffering from dementia.
I mean, having a killer with dementia in one of these would be one hell of a twist. They just don't remember doing the killings.
I am not lying.
You do know that perjury is a crime, right?
I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I killed Shoko and Renju. and I tried
As
to cut
opposed
the
to
demon
3
witch in
murders.
half.
Luckily, that's legal.
Date, there's no point in letting this go on. She's clearly lying.
You seemed convinced earlier.
I was kidding. I don't think she's the killer.
I am the killer! I am!
Right now, we have to rely on hard evidence. The Odoroki Man chocolate that Mayumi bought was found at the warehouse.
If Mayumi was at the scene before Ota,
She may have seen the criminal's face.
You know what I'm going to say, right? Date, sync with her.
Oh, fuck off. I'm not. No. No, I've had it with sinking. Fuck off. I don't want to.
Pewter, we're going to sync with Mayumi Matsushita. Prepare the machine.
I really don't enjoy these.
What happened?
The sync machine isn't operating to capacity.
Good.
Yesterday's sync, well, suffice to say, Ota and Date were not too compatible.
Compatible?
I'll give you the big picture. To get the synchronization working properly, I had to push the machine pretty hard. And now, it's not responding.
How long will it take to fix?
16 hours, at least.
You've got 8.
But that's impossible.
So we can't sync yet, huh?
Finally, someone
But we
says,
need to, or this
literally, I
investigation
can't
is
do
going
this
nowhere.
any faster. The reboot cycle
Date,
itself
I
takes
suggest
9 and a
we go to
half.
Matsushita Diner.
It cannot be sped
We
up.
may be able to find some clues.
Good idea.
It's hardwired. Alright, I'll let him know.
Pewter, we're counting on you for those repairs. I'll be back in 6 hours.
But you said 8. Please, you have to give me at least 8.
That Pewter, always so humble. He'll have it done in 6.
Yeah, Pewter is just that kind of guy, you know?
Hey, this is a hostile work environment.
And comes back in 4. And he's like, well, I've not even started. You gave me an impossible task. Of course I'm not doing this work. Fire me then, see what happens.
Why would Mayumi lie?
She is probably protecting someone.
But who?
They're
Surely
always-
you know by now. There is only one person Mayumi would want to protect that badly.
But protecting Ota makes no sense.
It's Ota.
We saw
has to be.
Ota fight the polar
Does
bear.
Mayumi think Ota is the killer?
That wouldn't...
Last night, Ota left Matsushita Diner with Iris. Mayumi saw the whole thing.
But Ota was stabbed in the stomach by the culprit. Does Mayumi not remember that?
No, that isn't quite it. It is possible that she thinks Ota is responsible for everything.
She thinks Ota stabbed himself?
Yes.
Why would he do that?
Before I explain, I would like to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the possibility that Ota is the new Cyclops killer?
It's really stupid.
Impossible.
Why?
I was just gonna say he has no reason to kill Renji and Soko. That just doesn't make sense.
In yesterday's Somnium, Ota and the polar bear.
That was just a dream. It doesn't necessarily reflect what happened in reality.
But we saw what happened. There was a stream of him fighting the... Was there a stream of him fighting the polar bear? Actually, I don't remember.
The van was stolen while Iris was in the passenger seat.
But there's
We know
no...
that whoever did it is the culprit we're looking for.
But there's no
There
fingerprints
is a
outside of
chance that
Ota's.
Iris was not in the passenger seat.
That's what bugged
She
me
could
from
have
the
been
get-go.
driving.
How so?
Iris could have taken the wheel herself and driven to the warehouse.
But forensics only found Ota's fingerprints on the wheel.
That can be explained. It is possible that Iris covered her fingertips with her sleeves.
Okay, but why would she do that?
Iris had her left eye pulled out. Ota would never do that.
Have you considered that she pulled it out herself?
What?
Or even asked Ota to do it? Perhaps she ordered him to.
Oh my god, what if this wasn't even part of the other killings? I mean, the other ending kind of disputes that wholesale. But let's say we don't know that yet. She did it just to get attention, and Ota followed along.
In short, Ota and Iris are accomplices. This was all a performance.
A performance?
One hell of a
Iris
performance.
drove the Matsushida's van. Ota drove the station wagon. They went to the warehouse separately. Then, they prepared the live stream. Iris anesthetized her left eye and removed it. Either that, or she asked Ota to extract it. After that, Iris took her position on the table, and Ota donned the polar bear costume and started the saw. Consider this. In the stream, Ota and the polar bear were never on screen at the same time.
True. That means Ota went off camera, took off the costume, and then...
Stay away from Tessa!
Perhaps Mayumi witnessed the entire event. It is also possible that Mayumi knew what the two were up to.
So she lied to protect Ota.
Yes, but this is only a theory.